It means that we can have our A team on all of them. It means that we can be upgrading them and enhancing them at an even faster rate. And we've got some awesome stuff planned for the next few years. It's looking really good. Which brings us to why we're here today. We are here today to roll out our software strategy, and I think it's really good. We've been working on this for 10 months. And again, we've kept it very quiet. We wanted to get far enough along that we could actually show you some stuff. Now, we looked at all of the software projects going on at Apple. And we knew we didn't have time to talk about all of them today, so we stack ranked them in terms of importance to our customers. And of course, the number one thing is the Mac OS. We stack ranked the number 2 thing as Java, which is, I think, new for Apple. And number 3, QuickTime. Now, there's a lot of other really important things we do. AppleScript, ColorSync, WebObjects, you name them. But these are the 3 I'd like to talk about today. They're our top 3, and I'd like to cover them in reverse order. So first, I'd like to talk about QuickTime some. When I got to Apple, I didn't quite understand what QuickTime was. I thought it was this little tiny video thing in a window, and it's much bigger than that. As you know, we are now in the digital age of media. Everything's gone digital. We've got CD-ROMs that have their own standard. We've got audio CDs that have a different standard. We have digital video discs that have just come out that have yet another standard, but that's different than the digital camcorders. They have their own unique standard. Then we have digital television coming out with 17 different standards. We have digital cameras, which have yet another standard. We have the internet with video on it. We have video conferencing with its own set of standards. Video editing uses its own set of de facto standards. Image editing, Photoshop is de facto standard. And music creation, and the list goes on. It's a Tower of Babel. Nothing talks to anything. And when you try to put video productions together from multiple sources that you might want to send to multiple destinations, it's a nightmare. And that's what QuickTime is. It is to digital media what PostScript was to apps and printers a decade ago. Now, some of you are a little young for that. Let me take you back. If you were an app developer, let's say 15 years ago, and you were developing, let's say, a word processor, it was near to impossible. Well, why is that? Because every app needed to have a driver in it for every printer and know how that printer worked. Every app had to know about every printer, and every printer had to be in every app. So if you wanted to come out with a new word processor, you'd have to have hundreds of printer drivers. WordPerfect was king of the hill at that time, and one of the reasons was because they had 400 people writing printer drivers. If you want to come out with a new printer, conversely, you had to go beg and plead with every word processor company to put a driver for your new printer in, and most of them wouldn't, or schedule you out a year. So you can imagine that innovation wasn't very fast. PostScript solved that by putting a platform layer between the two, a firewall, where if printers understood PostScript and apps spoke PostScript, then every app would talk to every printer. And that's what's happened. QuickTime is exactly the same thing. It is, if you will, a unifying platform for multiple source and multiple destination digital content creation and playback. I know that's a mouthful, but it's really important. And it's so important that ISO, the International Standards Organization, recently adopted the QuickTime file format as the basis for the thing beyond MPEG-2, which is in the digital video discs, the next generation, which is MPEG-4. This is a really big deal. It was very hotly contested, and QuickTime won. It is so important to all of us that QuickTime continue to be the standard that we even put it out on Windows. And we have exactly the same source code base. It's exactly the same product on both platforms. And I've got a video about QuickTime that I'd love to show you that just kind of highlights how pervasive this thing really is. So if we could roll the QuickTime video, please.
QuickTime is the industry standard for digital video and multimedia content creation. QuickTime is used in professional video production environments. It's the dominant platform for CD-ROM, multimedia, DVD-ROM content creation and publishing. It's used on over 70,000 websites, and it's the #1 format for digital video on the internet.
There's now a large community of people who have experience with it, customers, third-party software people, and hardware vendors.
It's in use everywhere. People are making videos today. People don't recognize that much of what they see on television is a QuickTime file.
Video is extremely important to anybody who wants to get a message out on the internet. Very quickly, people who do not take advantage of video will be outclassed by the folks who really understand video, particularly the folks who understand how to integrate video and text and audio and virtual reality into a seamless experience. On the basis of its broad industry acceptance and technical strengths, the ISO committee has chosen QuickTime as the starting point for its next generation multimedia standard, MPEG-4.
Video should be as easy to access as any other type of information. And what MPEG-4 and QuickTime allows you to do is the first big step towards that ultimate goal. QuickTime benefits people the same way PostScript benefited the typical print user more than 10 years ago. PostScript allowed a lot of printers to standardize around accepting one language for the description of a page, and these printers could be variety of resolutions, variety of capabilities.
Scalability, robustness, flexibility, and extensibility. Because we don't know 20 years from now, how the digital content is going to be created, how it's going to be used. So having a standard that you can